Hey guys, Ranshin here, bringing all yet another League of Legends commentary. Today is going to be a game between the HRingurinn or HRingurinn admins, that's a university in Iceland, and MasKouvalaeiDiamond. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's going to be between the admins and MKD. So let's look at the sides, shall we? On the admin side, we have Flatmundur playing as Nocturne. That's going to be the jungler. We're going to have Ziggs being played by Lucian Bolt, most likely going mid. Draven played by Siggó. Dr. Mundo by Stebbib. And Morgana played by Ashlander. On the opposite side, we're going to have a Vayne being played by Denied. Shyvana played by Leeem. She's going to be their jungler. We're going to have Orianna played by Arxiereas. PurpleBlossom playing Jarvan, and Thresh being played by EpicFearTime. Well, like Epic Mealtime, but Fear instead. So this is going to be a diamond level commentary, and it's going to be between two teams. So this is not so much solo queue this time. You're probably going to be seeing a lot more planning as a team in this game. While I've been so far commentating challenger level commentaries, they have been solo queue games. So this is going to be a little bit different. We're seeing the admins team against the MKD team playing on two sides, and they're interesting lineups here. It's going to be interesting to see. Bot lane is in some ways going to be decided how well Draven and the Morgana are going to be able to play. It's going to be, of course, with Morgana in the game, there's going to be able to get a lot of kills bot lane. That's exactly what Draven wants to do. He's going to try to utilize his spinning axes, and while just getting farm, also going to want to deal out a lot of damage, a lot of pressure on the opposite bot lane, and make sure to win it that way. It's going to be Dr. Mundo against, it seems like Jarvan top. That's going to be interesting. And Orianna against Ziggs mid, two heavy APs there. And, of course, Thresh and Vayne on the opposite side. We're going to be seeing the most powerful guys. The more powerful supports in the game being played on both sides. Shyvana's going to get a leash here on the blue buff. And she's going to start off. She's going to go the more standard route from blue to red. And Nocturne, meanwhile, is going to start with a red buff. And we're going to see whether she's going to go for a quick level 3 or whether he's actually going to try to finish up his jungle. So let's see, bot lanes, we're already seeing some spinning axes going on. The Draven, of course, one of the big important things for a Draven player is how well he handles his spinning axes. They have such a large effect. If he catches spinning axes, this is the bonus damage and all that. Already a root coming out here from the Morgana, getting a little bit of damage out on this Thresh. We're seeing warding done by both sides, and we're probably going to be seeing a large level of CSing here as well. Vayne gonna work again. He's just barely doing a good job there of tumbling in order to dodge that route. Would have almost put the Draven in a pretty good position to get some damage out there. He's actually gonna catch, beautiful catching of the axes to get some fairly sizable damage down on this Thresh. Is gonna be a route. Ashlander getting himself a little bit out of position, gonna take some extra damage. Draven not quite there in order to support him. See, top lane, we're gonna see the Mundo is at half health. We're going to be seeing whether he can actually sustain himself. Of course, Mundo, he's hard to kill, especially once it's level 6. Pre-level 6 is a little bit more vulnerable. Jarvan actually going to go for it. He has support from his jungle, or he doesn't have support from his jungle. His Mundo, it's perfect timing here from Nocturne on the opposite side. There's a beautiful bait here. Are they actually going to be able to get this guy or not? It seems like the Ignite goes off. Is going to be able to get revenge killed, though. The Ignite is on Mundo, but I don't think it's not going to be enough. Didn't quite get enough damage there on Mundo in order to get the revenge kill at the same time. Mid lane, we're going to see Shyvana coming in here to support her mid laner. She's going to try to get a little bit of damage off. Actually, just going to take damage herself. Ziggs just going to tell her to bugger off and leave me alone. Already some action fairly early into the game. A nice gank top. Nocturne coming in to support his Mundo. Mundo doing a great job of just, I'm low on health. Look at me. Look at me. I'm close to my tower, but you can still die of me. It's fine. I won't be able to survive at all. Oh, look, it's my jungler. You're dead. So somehow sometimes that's what happens. So we're going to be seeing some pinging here. Bot lane, see Draven with 19 last hits, Vayne with 17. Draven doing a fantastic job of catching his Axel is doing so. Seems like there's going to be gank coming in. Blue team is going to be throwing off Thresh, getting himself a little bit out of position. It tries to get the gank off. Seems like he might go down, but the jungler is coming in. The Thresh is going to go down, but I think the Draven will go down as well. Is the Morgana going to be caught out of position? There's a lot of damage coming off there. One more attack, and that's going to be enough. Double kill for the Vayne. So, unfortunately, they started backing off a little bit too late for him. Thresh doing a great job of just holding them there and getting them out of position. Got himself out of position, he did so. as he did so, sacrificed his own life for those double kills, but Vayne will definitely take that. They're gonna go be there. Vayne gonna, she's still pretty much at full health, but gonna utilize that that extra money now to get a quick Bilgewater Cutlass. Start building that into her Blade of the Ruined King, and of course the lane is pushed, so she was perfectly safe to do that. That's going to be last hitting that Draven not's going to be able to get, so great play overall. Bot lane. Middle lane seems to be fairly even. Ziggs fairly low on mana. He's going to be taking some harass here from Orianna. Orianna, of course, her auto attacks do deal increased damage, and that's annoying. Top lane, Mundo's pushed. Let's see, last hitting wise, he's at 17 to Jarvan's 25, so Mundo having a little bit more trouble, it seems, against this Jarvan than otherwise, despite that gank. And of course, once he's level 6, he's just gonna be able to be a lot more aggressive against this Jarvan. As long as the jungler's not coming, he's going to be able to fight a little bit better because he's going to have that really heavy regen. And Jarvan just doing a great job, just going in there, harassing, getting a few hits off on the Mundo, and backing off before Mundo has any answers, forcing Mundo to spend his health, both to get last hits and to just try to answer the harassment from his opponent. Bot lane, let's see here, Draven with 28. It's going to be really important to see how Draven recovers. He's doing a good job of catching his axes, has 2 spinning axes at this point. It's going to be really important how it is that he recovers from this early damage. He's going to go for it right here. Nice root on the Vayne. Seems like the Vayne's going to get a massive amount of damage coming from Draven. He's also going to get a few hits off, and that is the power of this guy. He has such high early damage with those spinning axes. He just goes in there, does a fantastic amount of damage. Vayne just go down, aren't going to be able to catch this Thresh off guard. He walks right into the root, and that's going to be him dead as well. Beautiful play here. Ashlander getting the kill. Morgana getting the kill that time. Beautiful play. So they're just recovering right away. You know, Draven also, of course, has 2 kills. Went back to get a Vampiric Scepter, now forcing Vayne back. So beautiful play here, bot lane, in order to try to recover from the early deaths there. We're going to see where there's going to be a gank melee, and Orianna a little bit out of position. Does Nocturne. I don't think Nocturne has this. Nocturne is level 6, but is he in a position to actually gank? Seems like, is there a ward around here? I don't see a ward, so she probably just, I don't know if she saw that coming or not, but she maybe felt, hey, it's about time for Nocturne to start ganking, and she saw that she was playing a little bit unsafe. The jungler is going to be beating each other. Orianna still, Shyvana still doesn't quite have level 6, so she doesn't have her dragon form in order to initiate with. And Nocturne seems like he wants to go for it. Maybe he wants to dive. He does have his ultimate, and if they just catch one of these guys in the position, they are going to go for it here. Thresh and Vayne playing very, very safe. I don't see any wards that would reveal that position, but we did see Shyvana was here. Yeah, Shyvana was here, and she was able definitely to tell their team, hey, careful guys. There's some crazy stuff happening now. She's going to come in. Does have her ultimate. Is she going to want to engage those? Yes, she does not have red buff to go with it, but she does have blue buff. And Draven and Morgana are pushed a little bit forward. They have warded. They don't know if the Shyvana... They probably don't know the Shyvana's there. They could have a clue because Nocturne, of course, saw her. They don't know exactly where she's going to go, whether she's going to be able to go for the gank. The hook misses, and the hook hit. Oh, it's going to be revenge here on the opposite side. Nice root there. Dragon form is going to go in as well, and that's unfortunately going to mean that the Draven goes down, and I think, yes, the Morgana is going to go. Oh, nice root there, but that's not going to be enough. The Vayne's going to get the kill still. Unfortunate there for Draven and Morgana. They got a nice root off there on Thresh, but Shyvana was in a position to instantly help out. Nocturne is going to come in here. Is he actually going to try to engage on this? He's going 1 against 2. He might actually end up, this might actually end up being his death. He's stunned here. Vayne, 1 more auto attack. Is she going to sacrifice her life? Oh, he popped his ultimate in order to try to survive. A little bit too late. The auto attack animation was already done. Nice kill. A lot of kills there by Vayne. Beautiful play here by the MKD team. Let's look here. Top lane situation seems to be, let's see, Mundo with 39 assets against Jarvan's 58. So he's in the kind of dire straits. He can farm safely with his Q, but when that kind of stuff happens, the Ignite's going to go off. He's going to flash for it, force Mundo to waste his flash as well. He's going to pop his ultimate to just survive that. Actually, unfortunate there for Jarvan to spend so much health, resources, and both of his summoners to pop Mundo's, because now at this point, he's fairly low on health. He's probably going to be forced to back. He's actually getting himself way back in order to be safe. And then the opposite side, we saw that Mundo's might actually be able to recover a little bit from this. He's going to be able to last it a little bit more safely while Jarvan is away. But Jarvan is going to get items, so we're going to see whether that actually ends up being an advantage. Blue buff now for Ziggs. Nocturne going to give that to his teammate. And meanwhile, on the opposite side, blue buff was actually, I believe, prevented from Shyvana, so Shyvana was not actually able to take blue buff in order to give to Orianna. Yet again, we see Draven catching his spinning axes. They're pushing out very hard. There is no ward for them, actually, in order to tell if the gank is coming. And Shyvana might be on her way. She's going to go mid to defend for a moment. Mundo's going to be smartly as Jarvan comes into his lane. Oh, Jarvan actually, reading that. He's actually going to catch him. His ultimate go off. Mundo is, nope. Mundo does not have his ultimate up, and he's just gonna die. And sometimes mistakes like that happen no matter what level of play you are. You just think you're safe. You just go, okay, I'm gonna go B now. I'm gonna go recover. And because you do that in a bad, unsafe position, that is exactly what happens. You just get yourself killed. And sometimes that's what happens. Excuse me, we'll have a sip of water. My sip of water hand happens to be the same hand as the other hand that also uses the mouse. And as I was saying that. The hook goes off. They're actually going to be able to back off in time. Ziggs and Nocturne are here as well, however. Shackles coming off. Ziggs ultimate coming off. Oh, Vayne and Shyvana going down. Thresh going to escape. They thought they had an engage going when they got the hook off, but on the opposite side, perfect play here by Nocturne and Ziggs to come in at just the right time. Morgana shackle, making sure that nobody can get away. Ziggs ultimate not hitting perfectly maybe, but still got some people in there. Beautiful damage, bursting everybody down. Perfect spin around. So they're also, as this happens, they're going to get the bottom tower and they're going to get the dragon. Yeah, mid lane's going to get pushed a bit, but the tower's perfectly safe. So nice play there by Nocturne and by the Ziggs to come down and help their teammates. Let's look at this top lane. Both people are fairly low, and at this point you start seeing a little bit of trouble with Mundo in that he can just heal up and heal up and heal up. Jarvan can't quite do the same. He has a Brutalizer and a couple of Doran's Blades. Yeah, they're going to help a little bit with sustain, as are the potions he's drinking right now, but it's just, they're not enough. They're just not enough. He's actually popped all of his potions now just to try to heal up against this Mundo, because there's one thing that's difficult to do against the Mundo is keep your health as high as his. Okay, let's look at the last hits on the opposite side, on all sides rather. Orianna versus Ziggs, 81 to 78. Last hit wise, they're fine. Ziggs does have an assist to kind of equalize that a little bit. Draven has 4 kills, 70 last hits to Vayne's 68, who also has 4 kills, so that's very equal. And now we're going to see this purple team actually pushing down this tower pretty heavily. They might actually be able to take this down. Draven's not in a position to defend this. Morgana is neither. She's going to get the pull down. She's going to want to back off. She's backing off a little bit late. Nice black shield just in time. Draven going to come in as well, going to try to get the damage off. Didn't mix his axe. Oh, the block's going to come down, but I don't think that's going to save him. One more hit on this Thresh, and he's going to go down. Vayne, meanwhile, trying to get the revenge kill on this Morgana. Nocturne going to come in as well. Shackle. Oh, Nocturne not in position to, a little bit too out of position to help, but the shackle comes off to kill the Vayne, and that's beautiful play here. But yet again, as this is happening, I'm missing a gank here top as well for some action. As look at that, everybody dies. Thresh actually, yeah, everybody dies. They did take down the tower, but as the action happens bot, action happens top as well. As Shyvana obviously comes in to gank this Mundo, help this Jarvan a little bit, and this tower should go down as well. The wave's fully pushing. That's gonna be fine. Bot lane, Thresh, Bloodthirster. 82 last hits, 6 kills, 13 minutes into the game. He's gonna be fairly happy with that. And he's gonna continue getting his damage. Potential like crazy, has red buff as well now. Took that, so he's gonna be perfectly happy. And is probably gonna continue getting a crap ton of kills and a lot of adoration and all that good stuff. 44 stacks of adoration. Welcome to the League of Draven. And of course, every time he kills a champion, those stacks, they become gold. Extra monies, which is always great. Always great for Draven players. See, finally, seems like Orianna finally got her blue buff. She hasn't really been a factor in this game as of yet. Ziggs, yeah, he's actually saw that coming and thought, hey, maybe I want that blue buff. No, it's gone. Oh, well. Actually gonna spend a lot of money doing that, but he's perfectly fine so far. Let's see, item-wise, he has a chalice. See whether he's might be saving for his rod. On the opposite side, we see a chalice along with a amp tome, a couple of Doran's rings on this Orianna. Item-wise, Vayne has a Blade of the Ruined King. Thresh, just, you know, his Sightstone, his Nomad's Medallion, and Boots of Mobility, of course. Top lane, a lot of action happening here again. Mundo gonna be forced to back off a little bit. He's actually gonna flash for it, Ult gonna come off from Jarvan. Let's see who's gonna win this. A lot of damage coming from both sides, but that's gonna be it. Jarvan with just a little bit more burst there alongside his auto attacks to get that Mundo kill. Tower goes down in the mid lane. Yet again, Draven getting himself another tower, a lot of gold. There's going to be a fight coming in here. Seems like Thresh and Vayne want to come in. Shyvana going to engage on this. Nocturne seems like he's just going to go down real fast. He's trying to escape, but I don't think he's going to get away. Denied going to get the kill on that. The fight continues. That there's going to be a double kill. I'm all over the place. Let's see that again. See the engage coming in here. Shyvana, she turns into dragon form, does a lot of damage as she can. And we see that Nocturne tries to flash, does not manage to flash over the wall. Draven caught a little bad position, trying to get his ultimate off, missing completely, and getting himself killed. He was almost had the Orianna, unfortunately missed his ultimate. And Ziggs not having his ult for that fight was definitely a factor. The perfect timing there by Purple Team quite possibly saw the fact, if they saw the fact that Ziggs did not have his ultimate, it was perfect engagement. They were all grouped up, so perfect little area for Ziggs to use his ultimate. But instead they're just gonna utilize that position, get the tower, get a couple of kills. Now finally Mundo and Morgana in position to just gonna force these guys off. But really exciting game, fairly even. A few more tower kills for the purple team have all level 1 towers, while blue team have the mid tower and the bot tower. And Draven and Vayne both have 6 kills and quite a few last hits. So it's gonna be a big question of who's gonna carry this game. Draven, of course, a little bit should be still doing more damage at this point in the game, but Vayne can get ridiculous if she has something a little bit more. Like with a Blade of the Ruined King, she already does a lot of damage. We're going to see whether she's just going to go completely out of control. But you see this Draven, he's just doing a great job. You can tell he really knows how to catch his axes. Spins him around. He's going to try to get as many kills as possible. Mundo, let's see item-wise. Mundo, let's see. That did not happen, excuse me. Mundo working on his items. He's actually baiting this guy, but is he still gonna go down? He is still gonna go down, and Nocturne now gonna be forced to try to get this guy. He's gonna ult for him while he flashes away. Misses his Q, still gonna continue chasing him. Nice little escape. The flag comes down. Is he gonna be able to get? He's probably gonna go for it. He's not too afraid to dive this. There's no support coming in. Rihanna's running top. Finally hits his Q. Runs around the tower. Nice little ring around the roses by Jarvan, and he's still gonna make sure that his opponent goes on the opposite side. We're having action as well as this Draven and these Morgana gonna engage the Vayne and the Thresh as well. Damage coming up from both sides. Shackle coming up from Morgana. She's gonna get both of them there. Vayne does not manage to get herself out of position, and she's just gonna die to Draven. Thresh gonna try to run away as well. He's gonna get the hook off, but I don't think it's gonna be enough ult coming out for Draven. He's gonna get a double kill. And we see the Shyvana was actually coming in to support as well. She's gonna get the Draven as revenge, but is the Morgana actually going to be able to beat him or not? The auto attack's coming up. She's going to black shield herself in order to try to escape. Ziggs bomb coming up, not hitting perfectly. Is that going to be enough? Both people go down. So much action all over the place. Jeez. Beautiful play by everybody. A lot of reaction timings. Everybody just throwing bombs all over the place. A lot of fights. A lot of fights. Oh man, one engage starts and people just start following up on it, coming in. Oh, some people die, you coming in. Morgana doing a great job also just surviving as long as possible, utilizing her black shield. And we still see that Draven, okay, now has the last whisper, so any armor on the opposite side like Shyvana's Randuin's are not going to be as effective. And just going to be able to slice through everything else. He's going to be forced at certain points in the game to probably just try to kill the Shyvana first, because she's going to just engage right on him. Dragon is live, so we're probably going to be seeing a dragon fight soon. Excuse me. De-warning being done by the purple team. Nocturne using his spell shield beautifully to be caught, to make sure he doesn't get stunned, and Morgana also getting a root off just to. We're going to see whether they're actually going to be able to stop this from happening. Seems like everybody going to want to converge. Who's going to be in a better position? Do so. The hook going to come off, catch this Nocturne. They're not going to do anything. Mundo, meanwhile, just being chased by this Jarvan. He's gonna slow him, but he might still go down. Nope, he's gonna get away just just fine, but he's going to be forced to be back. Jarvan, meanwhile, we're going to see what actually tries to go in on this and support. Blue team, the 4 of them, they're going to try to take this dragon down as fast as possible. The smite's going to be up. Shyvana going to go in here as well. Shackle's going to come up from Morgana. She's going to catch 2 people. One of them going to get away. Dragon's still up. Purple team taking damage. Morgana taking damage as well. Seems like Shyvana's going to go down. Double kill. Also getting the kill on Orianna. Beautiful play there by Draven. Dragon's still up. They're going to continue chasing down the Vayne. Triple kill for the Draven as the Vayne goes down. And that's going to be a dragon to boot. Oh man, beautiful play there. They forced the engagement because they knew purple team would not want them to just get that dragon for free, as they were possibly in a position to do something about it. Beautiful shackles. Soul shackles. Yeah, I wonder, was it soul shackles or what is something other shackles? Pretty sure it was some sort of shackles. It was soul shackles. Beautiful soul shackles by Morgana. Vayne got herself out of it, but 2 people still caught in there, and the tank goes down and Orianna goes down. Just purple team not quite getting themselves in a position where they can get all their damage out at once. Also didn't have Thresh hook available during that fight. I don't think the box actually went down. And it seems like blue team, are they actually considering contesting this blue buff? I don't think getting himself into a dangerous position for the blue buff is going to be a good idea. Seems like Jarvan and Shyvana were thinking of chasing Ziggs down. They decided not to do that. We're going to see Nocturne. Let's see. He has a Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Going something a little safer. You know, Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want that? A little bit of extra damage. Going seems a little bit more of a safe route rather than a Feral Flare, but that's perfectly fine. And Draven, Zeal, and probably lots of gold. Probably lots of gold gonna go out there. Definitely, you got some of his adoration stacks going, so he's just gonna. You got to look at that as well. Not only does he have the kills and the farm, he also extra gold with all of his adoration stacks and the dragons that they've gotten, as well as the tower. So he's just gonna have his Phantom Dancer now. He already has a Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Analyze Whisper, and he got himself a pickaxe to work on his eye edge, most likely. So a lot of damage going to be coming out for Draven. On the opposite side, the Vayne has died quite a few times compared to the kills, and now she's starting to fall behind. Only has a Blade of the Rune King and a Zeal. No eye edge yet. So, ooh, nice hook. Almost caught the Ziggs there. Nice hooks coming out there from Thresh, but you're going to be seeing that the Draven is just going to be more dangerous. He's just going to continue being more dangerous. He's getting his items much faster than Vayne, so he's going to be a primary target to shut down. Shyvana has to be on his face at all times. Jarvan has to get on him and just take him down. They have to take the Draven down as fast as possible because he's by far the most dangerous guy on this admin's team. Has done a great job so far of just getting all the kills and getting everything. And of course, he doesn't have any natural escapes, so as long as you keep the CC on him, as long as you just initiate in on him like Shyvana and Jarvan can, maybe catch him with a hook by Thresh, which is not as likely because he's probably going to be standing a little bit closer to the back rather than at the very front of his team. He's just, but for now, he's just going to focus his entire damage on taking on these towers. Meanwhile, mid lane seems like purple team wants to push in. Are they going to go in on it? They're going to initiate. Jarvan's just going to go straight up on the Ziggs. Ziggs is going to just pop all his stuff. Soul Shackle's not going to hammer, and she's going to use Zhonya's as well, trying to stay alive. Purple team in a little better position, but they're taking a lot of tower damage. Orianna might go down. The binding misses, and Morgana is actually going to go down. Meanwhile, as this is happening, Draven is going to continue pushing. Actually, spun his ultimate in order to assist in the fight. You know, hey, if you have an ability that can go across the entire map, why not do so? He is probably just going to get this inhib right now. And while, yeah, no tower got in mid and a few deaths. A few deaths go down on purple side. Mundo meanwhile gonna go top. Jarvan gonna go in and kill this Draven, but I think he's gonna take it. 2 towers and an inhib. He's just gonna focus down on that. Look at that. Yeah, he knows he's in trouble. He's not gonna be able to get away. He's just gonna focus down in his inhibitor, giving his team an advantage. He'll take that death. He will take that death. They will take all those deaths there. They took top tower. They took 3 towers and an inhibitor. Because of that engagement, because of how that engagement happened. So yes, they lost a few people, but they're playing smart. They're playing smart. Let's see, Sunfire Cape to go with his to go with his Burning Agony, a couple of ruby crystals because it's Mundo. See Jarvan with a Ravenous Hydra and his Brutalizer. Thresh now has a Talisman of Ascension. Ziggs, is he actually going to try to go for Dazzle? Needs a large rod and an Athene's. And he almost, yes, nice job. SEC coming off. Gonna catch this Orianna. Not quite enough burst damage to actually take her down. Lacking a few items. Morgana with his Zonias, quick Zonias after she has her Frost Fang, getting herself as fast as Zonias as possible. Utilized it in that fight near this tower to survive as long as possible. Let's see. Just looking at items a little bit here. Shyvana has her Feral Flare alongside her Randuin's. 9 stacks and Feral Flare. Also has a Spectre's Cowl, so seems she's going to go for a Banshee's Veil this game. Draven, BF Swords, who's definitely going eye edge here. Who have I not looked at? Yeah, there you go. Spirit Visage on Mundo. So with his ultimate, he's going to be able to survive even more. Nocturne also has gone a Sunfire Cape, trying to go a little bit more tanky, and has a Bilgewater Cutlass. So I will safely assume that that is going to be our Blade or Ruin King. Not as early as you might sometimes see. He's building himself a little bit more tanky. Obviously, because he's going to want to engage in on this. And as I'm doing some analyzation, is that even a word? I'm not even sure at this point, but I was doing it anyway, so it's going to be a fight. Orianna going to catch Mundo a little bit of position. Draven a little bit too far forward. Beautiful play there. Just as I was saying, that's exactly what Jarvan needs to do. They're just going to be able to catch this Draven off guard. Mundo going to be able to escape, going to flash forward. Is Nocturne actually... No, I thought Nocturne might actually have caught himself a little bit out of position. Vayne going to continue running in, but she's going to be forced back. But that is exactly what I was talking about. Draven caught just a little bit out of position for a little bit too long, and he goes down. Mundo now going to be caught a little bit out of position. Black Shield going to come off. Morgana just coming in close. She's going to get shackled. Bog's going to come down. Seems like Morgana, she's going to shackle it in. Or Nocturne also coming in to try to assist. Ashlander actually managed to take down Thresh. Leeem. Oh, she actually managed to take down Nocturne as well. Mundo goes down too. So while they did get a kill on Thresh there, they actually lost 2 people. It's just like Ashlander. I'm like, who? Ashlander? Yeah, Ashlander's playing Morgana, right? I'm trying to remember the names. Purple team's going to utilize this opportunity to actually take down Baron. That is most likely going to happen. It's a lot of damage. But you see, that's what happens when Draven gets caught out of position once. Oh, the bomb going to come off. Not enough damage. Purple team gets the Nasher. And now Draven actually coming in here. Look at that damage. Oh, those crits. I do believe that was a crit. Man, all that damage. Just Vayne implodes instantly. She's not going to have Baron buff. Oh, barely almost catches. I think it was Orianna that was actually in being there. And actually barely managed to do that in time. And Shyvana also going to escape with the life. But that's what I'm talking about. Draven is by far the biggest damage dealer of the blue team. Still doesn't quite have his eyes, but by far the biggest damage dealer. So if he gets caught like that, that's how Purple Team gets their advantage. That's how Purple Team might get back into this game. You need to keep Draven safe. Mid lane going to be an engagement. Ziggs going to get caught out of position. He's just going to die to this Orianna and Jarvan combo. Nocturne going to be forced back. As this is happening, top tower is going to go down, and now this Morgana is going to engage on. Are we going to be seeing a Shackles? Ultim is getting off all over the place. Draven caught a little bit out of position. Jarvan straight on him, just forcing him back. He's going to take him down. Purple team seems like they're going to be taking advantage. Orianna also fighting Vayne, being given a lot of position to take people down. And now Morgana is the last one. She's actually going to use a Shackle and a Zonius at the end to try to stay alive, but Vayne is going to actually take her down. Total ace by Purple Team. The only people that goes down is the Thresh, and that is how good team play happens. Vayne, she has less Whisper and a Phantom Dancer. You saw as well, she doesn't do quite as much damage as the Draven. It seems like they're going to want to go for Dragon here as well, but this is what happens. Blue team in a great position, but then Purple team does exactly what they need to do. They catch one person off guard. First it's Ziggs. He's caught out, and unfortunately his team is kind of close by, and they're not all grouped up. And as soon as Ziggs dies, what they should be doing is nope. Beautiful play. Ziggs just steals the dragon. Says nope. I'm gonna take a little bit back from my team. So okay, what blue team still definitely has going for them is they have an open inhibitor. They have all the lanes pushed to the last tower. They have more dragons. definitely, with Ziggs getting the third one for him. They lost Nashor once, fine. They've lost the last 2 big team fights, okay. But they definitely still have recovery potential. Draven is ridiculous now. Has an eye edge. Went for a chain vest. Finally get himself some defensive items. He's going to catch this Shyvana off. Now she was trying to split push a little bit. And now a big mistake on the opposite side as this Shyvana is going to go down. Actually, Shyvana doing a great job, though, of actually killing the Draven in revenge as that is happening. So there's that. So one for one trade there in a 3-in-1 engagement. That is great play by the Shyvana, and actually in order to be able to do that, Thornmail being a huge help in that. So also be seeing the Spirit Visage. So Shyvana being super tanky. Meanwhile, as this is happening, mid tower going to go down. Aren't going to have enough to defend Jarvan. He's just going to go in on this. He's just engaging. The Ziggs going to be forced to flash off, so he's going to stay alive long enough. But are they going to be able to do enough? Shackle's coming off, only hitting one person. Orianna called way out of position. He's actually going to be able to force ult off. Ziggs' ultimate completely misses. Orianna does go down. Meanwhile, Mundo very low as well. He's not going to be able to help tank his team around there. Jarvan going to be finally forced off. Thresh going to actually come off. And it seems like, oh, nice play there by the Ziggs to utilize his tiny bomb, not the big bomb, the tiny bomb, to get the kill there. Draven now trying to run in and engage here, but that's just the thing. People just keep getting a little bit caught out of position, and Draven is necessary. He's actually going to go for a Warden's Mail, so it seems like he might actually go for a random himself instead of say a big crits instead of say, oh, I don't know, maybe a Guardian Angel or something. What do I know? They're going to push on this tower. They want to open up their inhibs. They have not opened the bottom inhibitor up, but they're going to open this up. Thresh is not there to help. Is Mundo here? Yeah, the entire team is here. Now Shyvana has to be very careful not getting caught out of position. Beautiful play here by the blue team. They should be able to win this game, except that they've made a few mistakes in the last few engagements that cost them Baron and such. But they have the advantage overall. They have all the towers pushed to open inhibitors. They just need to take these guys down, and that's going to be a big assist. Draven just he's getting some farm, but his crits hit so hard he probably doesn't need as much farm. He just needs to go around and actually really start killing people. Jarvan a bunch of items. Thresh, no, this is Orianna. She of course has a Rabadons by this point. Thresh trying to build himself a little bit more tanky, going for Randuin's as well. Randuin's really good item, of course, because just going to be all those slows coming off in the AoE area around you. Nocturne does have his Blade of the Ruined King, so that's going to be his big damage item, and of course it does deal a lot of damage. But I like the fact that he went fairly tanky. He even went tanky early in order to help his team, because then you're like, okay, I'm gonna need to be one of the engagements, possibly a decision made, because Mundo was not doing too well in farm, and he, with his ultimate, he wants to be able to go in there, do damage not only to one person, but also more people with his Sunfire cape, and just be able to survive a little bit longer as he engages for his team, because sometimes he's going to be going in there on someone and survive longer as he focuses that person down. A lot of damage here as this purple team trying to siege is just not being able to do that. Of course, axes coming off, Nocturne's Q, Ziggs throwing out them little bombs all over the place. Bouncing bombs. So that's going to be gonna be dangerous position. Shyvana, is she gonna get caught? You gotta be careful. Yeah, you want to take some of the enemy jungle maybe, so to deny some farm, but you don't want to be caught out of position. You do not want to be engaged on right now. You don't want Mundo Q to catch you out of position. Thresh is not in here to help his team either. Vayne at this point still does not have her eye edge. Draven, ooh, that crit almost takes her down by itself. The bomb hits her. Vayne goes down. There's gonna be an opportunity for blue team. They just go straight in there. Draven getting another kill, popping his ultimate as well. Orianna goes down. That's going to be 5 versus 3, and that might actually be it right there. Mundo just chasing people down as well, finally be able to do that. Shyvana going to use her Dragon Form, try to get in and kill this Nocturne. She's going to die almost. Literally, Jarvan coming in there as well, but he's by himself. Not going to happen. Nocturne, everybody takes him down. Jarvan, oh, that is one thing happens right there. One person gets caught out of position. The second the Ziggs ult hits and Vayne died, everybody just went in there. That's gonna be the purple tail going down. That hook's not gonna matter. They're just gonna be able to open up this Nexus, and I'm afraid that's gonna be it. Hook hits the Morgana, but it's not gonna matter. This Nexus of the purple team is gonna go down. That's gonna be a win for the admins. Great game there. Beautiful team play. They got themselves a lot of action back and forth almost the entire time. beautiful gameplay pretty much all the way, and blue team just doing, the admins team just doing a great job of making sure, like, yeah, sure, a little bit later in the game, they lost a couple of team fights. You can see 27-27 on kills. They did, however, have a big sizable gold advantage, you know, at the end of the game, and a tower advantage. But that's what they did. One of the big important things that happened in this game is definitely this tower push. Yes, MKD was pushing mid and threatening this tower here, but Draven just went in here, took a tower, died, took inhib, but still managed to take part in this fight here with his ultimate. So Draven, I'd probably say MVP this game, but the entire purple team doing a great job overall. Morgana with some nice shackles, nice bindings, and everybody just bringing out some awesome team fights on both sides for this game. So that's going to be it for this commentary, guys. I hope you enjoyed. GG, Ranshin out, and thanks for watching.